This video is brought to you by Insta360. Two flagship 360 cameras, the Insta360 X5 and the Osmo 360. Both promise stunning 8K video, immersive features, and cutting-edge tech. But when you actually put them to work, the differences are bigger than the spec sheet suggests. In this video, I'm going to test them in real-world scenarios, from lens durability to stabilization, from app speed to low light performance, so you can see exactly which one solves the problems that matter most to creators. I'm Roger Singh, filmmaker, photographer, and tech content creator. I've tested cameras for years, and I've learned something important. Features are only as good as the way they solve problems. That's the approach we're taking today. No hype, just hands-on proof. So first, let's talk about replaceable lenses. If you scratch a 360 lens, and it happens more than you think, most cameras have to be sent away for repair. That means downtime, shipping costs, and missed opportunities. The Insta360 X5 is the only 360 camera on the market with film-protected, replaceable lenses. Swap them yourself in seconds. No repair center, no waiting. The DJI Osmo 360 uses a plastic lens cover. It can reduce clarity, fog in certain conditions, and requires a manual menu change to enable lens cover mode. Forget that step, and your footage is ruined. The X5 detects accessories automatically. The Osmo does not. And that's one less thing to remember when you're under the pressure of filming. So lens protection is important, but being able to instantly swap a damaged lens without mailing it in makes the X5 a bit more practical. Let's talk sensor chip versus AI chip. Bigger sensors aren't a free ticket to better images. The Osmo 360's 1/1.inch sensor can capture more light, but the X5's triple AI chip handles noise, color, stabilization, and stitching in real time. That means the X5 can hold more detail in tricky lighting without needing heavy post work. A big sensor helps, but the X5's AI chip keeps footage looking good across a wider range of lighting situations. All right, doing a little low light test as well as doing some chores. We are going to wash my car. So here we are in the Quick Quack car wash. I don't know why I haven't done this before. I always thought, go out at night, go down the street. But hey, why not bring you all with me to wash my car? Let's talk stitching speed and accuracy. A clean 360 video comes down to seamless stitching. The X5 uses AI stitching that can export a 60-second clip in about 47 seconds. The Osmo 360 can take over 3 minutes in high precision mode. That speed difference matters when you're editing on the go. So in my opinion, the X5's faster stitching means you can move from shooting to sharing much more quickly. Okay, I've got both cameras sideways right now. We're doing an AK30 stitch line test. And the sides of both of them are pointed towards me. So if I stand right here and I wave my hands, get closer to each of those stitch lines. How do those look? Also back here. And then also I'll put my hand at about arm's length of the camera, and this is how they look on both cameras. Let's talk dewarping vertical structures. When filming tall buildings or straight edges, distortion is the enemy. The X5's dewarping keeps vertical lines straight, while the Osmo shows more stretching. In my opinion, if you shoot a lot of architecture, the X5 will definitely give you cleaner, straighter lines with less post-fix work. Let's talk stabilization and motion. Smooth footage is essential for action shots. The X5's flow state handles heavy shake better, while the Osmo is still solid but less consistent when using accessories. So both stabilize well, but the X5's flow state handles bigger movements without losing horizon lock. Let's talk image quality and color. Color depth and accuracy can make or break your footage. The Osmo's 10-bit D-Log M gives flexibility in grading, but can introduce compression artifacts. The X5's adaptive tone produces natural colors straight out of the camera, saving time in post. The takeaway here is that if you love heavy color grading, the Osmo's log profile might win, but if you want ready-to-use colors, the X5 is just the better choice. Let's talk about app and user experience. A camera is only as useful as the software that runs it. The Insta360 app connects in under 2 seconds on most devices, with a preview that stays responsive even when recording at 8K. The Osmo app can take longer to connect and sometimes drops preview frames in high-res modes. The Insta360 app also supports live editing with keyframes directly in the app. In my opinion, The Insta360 app feels faster and more responsive, especially if you edit on your phone. Low light performance. When light is limited, a 360 camera's ability to handle noise and retain detail becomes crucial. The Osmo's larger sensor has the potential to pull in more light, but the X5's AI chip processes that image in a way that keeps shadows cleaner and highlights intact without as much grain. The Osmo leans on the sensor size and the X5 leans on AI. In my tests, the AI advantage meant cleaner, more usable low light footage right out of the camera. Let's talk workflow speed on the go. When I'm traveling or shooting in the field, I don't want to wait around for files to export. The X5's combination of fast AI stitching and quick app connection means I can shoot, edit, and post while still on location. The Osmo works, but it often requires extra steps before I can even start reframing. If speed is part of your creative flow, the X5 gets you to the finish line faster. Cloud and file management. If your footage lives in the cloud, speed and reliability are everything. The X5 uploads directly to Insta360's cloud with automatic background sync. The Osmo requires manual uploads and can be slower on larger files. When you need to share or back up a project fast, the X5's workflow just gets you there quicker. Audio capture and wind handling. Wind can destroy your audio. The X5 uses smart wind reduction with stereo capture that adapts in real time. The Osmo's wind filter works, but can sound more processed. This is the wind test. They've got the windows down. And I put the cameras right next to the window so that you can actually get wind directly on the camera. With the X5, you'll find that there is that built-in wind guard that does help with the sound compared to the Osmo 360. And this works out great, obviously, like when you're driving, but also if it's a windy day, or even if you are doing motorsports or action sports outside that you want to talk to the camera. Here's a real problem I found with the DJI Osmo 360, lens fogging. All right, I've got the Insta360 X5 and the DJI Osmo 360, and I'm gonna hit record right now on both of them. And you can see right here, both of the lenses, actually all four of the lenses are pretty good, but I'm gonna run it under this water here and check out this fog. Oh, let me turn off the water. You'll notice that the Osmo 360 has a little bit of fog built up right there. Both cameras, same conditions, and the issue is on the Osmo 360. Could really mess with your footage. All right, you'll see here that the Osmo 360 has that fogged up lens, and that's how I look in a fogged up lens. Cool. Cool, guys. Let's talk accessories and expandability. Both cameras have accessory ecosystems, but the X5 system feels more integrated with ND filters, long selfie sticks, and modular lens options that the camera recognizes automatically. The Osmo requires manual adjustments and doesn't offer the same variety in native accessories. The X5 system is built for modularity, so you can adapt it to more shooting scenarios without extra hassle. And when it comes to durability and weather sealing, the X5's replaceable lenses mean I can keep shooting even after an accident. Both are weather resistant, but in rough conditions, having the ability to swap damaged lenses on site is a huge advantage, because durability isn't just about surviving the fall, it's about getting back to shooting instantly. Battery life and heat management. Shooting 8K pushes any camera hard. The X5 runs cooler thanks to its chip design, lasting longer in continuous recording before throttling, where the Osmo can heat up faster in direct sunlight. Price isn't just about the sticker. The X5 includes features you'd otherwise need to buy accessories for, like replaceable lenses and auto-detect accessories. The Osmo has a lower initial price, but add-ons can close that gap fast. So my final thoughts, the Osmo 360 has a slightly larger sensor and a strong log profile for grading, but the X5's AI processing, replaceable lenses, faster workflow, and integrated ecosystem make it more versatile for the way I create content. If you value pure sensor size and color grading flexibility, the Osmo might win for you. But if you want speed, durability, and features that actually solve problems in the field, the X5 is my pick. Specs are good on paper, but in the real world, it's the X5 that consistently removed roadblocks for me and let me focus on creating. But either way, pick the one that solves your shooting problems first. That's how you get your best work. So I want to say thank you again to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. If you want to learn more about these products, I'll have links for them in the description below. If you found value in this video, I welcome you to like, comment, and share this video with those that you feel would find value in it. And if you want to follow along for more camera and tech tips, especially surrounding Insta360 and action cameras, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.